Hey guys, I'm Joe, and today we'll be looking at the top 10 movies I hate but everyone likes. Now, what that means is movies that were well received, but I personally don't like the movies. Now, the thing is, we live in a world where you can no longer have opinions anymore. People will bash you for liking something that they don't, or hating something they like. And it's okay to have different opinions. So, if you're a person who can't respect opinions, click off this video right now. Alright, guys, without any further ado, let's do this. Number 10. Okay, now, just let me say that I don't necessarily hate the movie. I just don't think it's as great as what people say it is, and in a way, it's kind of overrated. And that movie is The Dark Knight. I can already feel the hate. Now let me explain. I like The Dark Knight. It's a good movie. But that's all it is to me. It's just a movie. I don't think it's on God levels or what everyone is saying. And again, I do kind of feel it's overrated. Here's the problems that I have with it now. First, Christian Bale as Batman. I like Christian Bale. He's a good actor. But him as Bruce Wayne himself, he's just so bland. He comes across as bored or tired. And it's just not good. Like, he just seems uninterested in everything around him. He's like, yeah, I'm Bruce Wayne. I'm a millionaire. Yeah. Like he just has nothing else going for him. Just being a secret identity, and that's about it. As Batman, I like his performance, but his voice is, it's so stupid. Like, it sounds like he's trying to sound like Cookie Monster more than Batman. Like, I'm Batman. Where is he? Swear to me. That's not Batman. That's just a horrible voice. And again, yeah, his performance itself is okay. But the voice, no. It's really bad. And it was somehow worse in the previous movie, Batman Begins. The voice is better in this movie, but it's not saying much. And now, we're on to Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker. May his soul rest in peace. Now, yeah, he did do a good job as the Joker, but on here he's just some dude with face paint. I know what they was going for. They were trying to be realistic with the Joker, but you had to be realistic. You had to have like a detailed origin story about him. He just appears, and he's just evil for no reason. He's just there just to be the bad guy. He just appears, and he's just some guy with face paint. How is that threatening at all? It's like he was already evil before this, so having the white makeup doesn't really make sense. That's the problem I had with the 1989 Batman with Jack Nicholson as the Joker. While I liked him as the Joker too, he was already the Joker before he fell to the vat of chemicals. The chemicals in the comics messed up his mind. He became the Joker because of it. But in the 1989 Batman, he's already the Joker, so that was unnecessary. And then this goes for the same thing here. Then the whole movie just feels like they just want to show how great he can be as the Joker. Because Heath Ledger did do a good job, but the entire movie just feels like it's just trying to show how Heath Ledger can be a good Joker. And that's really all there is to his performance. Then Two-Face. He comes across as just some whiny dude who blames everyone for everything that happens to him. He's mad at Batman for saving him because he didn't save Rachel. Rachel, you didn't save her. You let her die. But you saved me, so I'm not even gonna thank you for that. Like, come on. He saved your life. Then it doesn't make sense what he does. He still flips a coin, which doesn't make sense because in everything involving Two-Face, every adaptation, he has split personalities where without burning his face, he's pretty much Two-Face already. This was shown in Batman the Animated Series and Batman the Telltale Series. He's pretty much Two-Face without burning his face. On here, he burns his face and he automatically just wants to flip a coin. I don't know. It's never established that he had the split personalities, but still. And also, Batman breaks his one rule. Yeah, he kills Two-Face. Batman never kills. So for some reason he kills on here. What was a life or death situation, but it's Batman. Here's the context. Two-Face kidnaps Gordon and his son. Two-Face flips a coin to decide whether he'll kill Gordon or the son. Before he can flip the coin, Batman shows up and pushes him off the roof. They both fall. But when Batman falls, he's completely fine. When Two-Face falls, he's dead. Gotta love those physics right there, guys. And his death just comes across as anticlimactic. And then the one thing that this movie is missing. It starts with P, and its plot. There really isn't one. Nothing seems to be going on in this aside from just Batman fighting the bad guys and just the Joker having random monologues. And that's really all that's going on with this movie. Now, at the end of the day, I like The Dark Knight, but in a way, I think it's overrated, and I don't think it's as good as what people say it is. But out of all the movies on the list, I recommend this one. At number 9, we got Beauty and the Beast, 2017. Do people even like this movie? the main problem I have with this movie is that it's just a complete rehash of the original animated movie. Like, it wasn't like a shot-for-shot remake like The Lion King, but it could have done something different. It changed a little subtle things, but it didn't affect the plot though. Look at the remake of Jungle Book. That changed almost everything. It's almost a completely different movie. The only thing it had in common with the original was its name, The Jungle Book, and that's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a great movie, but this Beauty and the Beast, no. Mainly, I hate it because it's a complete rehash of the original. And why is that such a big problem? Well, at number 8, we got the original Beauty and the Beast. Bet you didn't see that coming, huh? Here's the big problems I have with this. That the Beast is just a dick throughout most of the movie. And we're really supposed to feel sorry for this character. I don't care about the Beast. He deserves this. So here's what happens. At the beginning of the movie, there's a woman who's not that good looking to him, and he just calls her ugly, just to her face. She then becomes beautiful. Then all of a sudden he's like, hey, I changed my mind. I like you now because you're pretty. But she wasn't willing to forgive him because he was mean to her. She then makes him ugly. She turns him into the Beast. And now he had to live with that. And it's well deserved. You deserve that. You're a piece of garbage. Then the character Gaston, he's such a creep. The way he just walks up to Belle and tries to marry her just on the spot. If you did that today, you would have went to jail. Like, it's never established that they ever went out. He just looks at her, thinks she's beautiful. And it's like, hey, you want to get married? Of course he turns him down. And then the character Belle. Everyone looks at her like she's weird because she loves to read. Yeah, that you're so strange because you love to read. Yeah, it's so different, guys. And then Belle, she's not that good of a protagonist. Like, she's just there to be that one female character. She doesn't really have any defining personality traits or defining traits at all. She's just that one female. I think that's just their excuse to call it a princess movie. And then, I don't know if this one is just me, but I've noticed this, that Belle, the Beast, and Gaston look very highly detailed. But to the other townspeople and other characters, they don't look as detailed as the 3 characters I said. They look like they almost belong in different movies entirely. It might be just me, but that's what it looks like. At number 7, we got Venom. Yeah, I know the movie wasn't really that well received. By the critics, at least. But by fans, they praise the movie. Like, all my friends telling me, like, hey, the critics are wrong. Venom is a great movie. It's so good. It's the best movie ever. And I'm like, alright, I might as well watch it then. Man. Like, it was really disappointing. So I was expecting like a horror movie with a little bit of action, because that's how it was advertised. But no, it's a comedy disguised as a superhero movie. First, I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. Where's Spider-Man? Like, where is he? There's no Spider-Man. And I'm pretty sure Sony still has the rights to Spider-Man, so he could have been in this. And also, there's no Carnage either, which everyone was waiting for. Well, guys, unsurprisingly, he's not in this either. Prepare to get disappointed. Yeah, he's teased to be in a sequel that they were setting up. Well, only time will tell if he's actually going to be in a sequel, or if there actually will be a sequel to this. And then there's a lot of problems with this movie. Like, there's just random characters that show up and are never seen again. Then how it is cartoonish CGI. It doesn't help at the fact that most of the fight scenes take place at night. And you can barely see Venom because he's so dark. Speaking of Venom himself, he's the best part of the movie. Every time Venom shows up, I feel like this is going somewhere, but no, I'm pretty sure he only shows up just because his name is in the title. I think because you're gonna forget who this movie is about. Some cringeworthy moments. Just like She-Venom kisses the human Eddie. It's just disgusting. Then Tom Hardy's portrayal of Eddie Brock himself. It's not good. His Brooklyn accent or whatever he was trying to do was awful. It sounds like he's trying to it sounds like he's basing it off of like Bugs Bunny's Brooklyn accent. And it's just not good. He's also very whiny, and he apologizes for everything. He's scared of everything, despite the fact he can basically do anything because he has the symbiote. And then, like, Venom himself. Now, in the trailers, there was like a filter added onto Tom Hardy's voice. And it made Venom sound really good. It had like this monstrous tone onto it, and it was really good. But then people complained that they couldn't understand what he was saying. So what do? They make his voice slightly higher in the final product. Like, yeah, it still sounds like Venom, but not really. On here, it just sounds like Tom Hardy's voice with a filter. At number 6, we got The Wiz. Just like Venom, this wasn't really well received, but it got a cult following, so I'll include it. The Wiz, I just didn't like the movie. First of all, Diana Ross is just, she's too old to even be Dorothy. And then Michael Jackson as the Scarecrow. Yeah, Michael Jackson's in this when he was still black enough. He was still black enough to be in this, really. His only solo song, he doesn't dance. And it's Michael Jackson. Then the Scarecrow. He cries a lot. And it's supposed to be funny, but it comes across as creepy. A teen. Yeah, that's how he cries. The lion's costume is so fake. He looks like a pimp. And his tail is so high up on his back. Then the witch's death is so stupid. Yeah, her weakness is still water, but she basically did this to herself. Now, when she was trying to defeat the witch, Dorothy just runs to she runs over to like a fire alarm or something. She pulls a handle, sprinklers go off, and the witch dies. And the movie just goes on and on. Like, there's way too many songs, and the camera is always in the distance, and the characters' backs are always to the camera while they're singing and dancing. It's just really poor production. But I do see why it got a cult following, and why people like it. At number 5, we got Back to the Future. I'm going to keep this one a little bit brief because this is one of those movies where no one can criticize it without getting hate. Everyone says that if you hate this movie and something's wrong with you. So I'm just going to keep myself brief. The acting was really stiff and wooden in some spots. The plot is so nonsensical. Doc is a complete weirdo. And the special effects are dated even for the time period. And there's so much broken promises they had. Where's our hoverboards, huh? At number 4, we got Spy Kids. Just like Back to the Future, I'm going to keep myself brief with this one. Because for this, I'm thinking about making a separate review on Spy Kids in the future. Only time would tell. Anyway, here's what I don't like about Spy Kids. Just the child acting was awful. Just the plot itself is stupid. Special effects were beyond cheap. And that's really all I gotta say about the movie. Again, I'm trying to make a separate video on why I don't like Spy Kids. But once again, only time will tell. At number 3. Oh, alright. At this point, there's no coming back from this. I'm just going to accept the hate. Number 3. Okay, before I say it, don't kill me. Avengers Endgame. I'm surprised no one came in and shot me at this point. Alright, anyway. To me, this movie didn't live up to the hype. The movie was just so boring to me. I was really disappointed. The movie was 3 hours for no reason at all. Just, the entire movie is just full of filler. And what's that? Filler? Poor jokes. That's not funny at all. From Hulk dabbing to Scott turning into a baby to this horrible joke that Rhodey made talking about killing baby Thanos, where he's like, hey, why don't we just go back in time, fight baby Thanos, and just... Like, even Hulk says it's terrible. Oh yeah, Hulk says it's terrible. You haven't heard about Professor Hulk? Well, good. Basically, just think of Hulk being a normal person. That's it. I didn't like what they did with Hulk or Thor. Yeah, Thor is fat in this. And the whole movie is just everyone fat shaming him. Just because he's fat. It's okay to be fat. The movie is 3 hours for no reason. Like, I don't know why it's so long. In the first hour, it's just the aftermath of Infinity War. The second hour, they're trying to get all the Infinity Stones to stop Thanos. And then the third is just a long final battle. The death of Iron Man was very anticlimactic. Just like Two-Face's death in Dark Knight. And then they also changed the whole time travel rule. Because you know how, like, crushing a butterfly in the past can change the future. Well, not on here. Changing the past doesn't change the future. So these people just kill the past versions of themselves, and yeah. Now I'm confused. Is that murder or suicide? If it's considered murder, then you're being charged for the murder of yourself. Anyway, that's irrelevant. At number 2, we got Frozen. Now, I know the movie itself is pretty tame. I don't hate the movie itself, but there is one thing I have to say about this. Stop talking about it. Like, God, I get it. Frozen's a good movie. Stop bringing it up. Like, I'm just tired of it. Like, they're always selling, like, new dresses and new toys. And there's always another commercial about Frozen. Frozen this, Frozen that. And now they're making a sequel? Come on. Like, just let everything go. Like, let it go. Let the song go. I can't take it anymore. Just stop talking about Frozen, please. Like, I'm tired of the songs. I'm tired of just all the new dresses. I'm tired of, like, hearing how great Olaf is. I'm tired of keep hearing the foot size joke. Like, I'm just tired of there being new toys, like new albums, like short films, and now there's a sequel. Like, how many times can you milk one movie? It's been out for a long time, and all of a sudden there's a sequel. Watch them try to milk this one too. I felt that way about Toy Story. So really, I don't hate the movie itself, but why does it have such a strong cult following? It's just your basic princess movie made by Disney. And I know I'm not the target audience for it, but still. And number one, I hate this movie with a passion. I feel dirty just saying the title. Well, here it is. Number one, Sausage Party. I once said that the movie Eight Crazy Nights was the most offensive movie I've ever seen. I was wrong. Sausage Party is the most offensive movie I've ever seen. Like, it's so inappropriate. Basically, it's a parody of like Toy Story, but for adults, and it's not about toys. It's about food that comes to life. Basically, people eat the food when they're alive, and it's just very graphic, showing how the humans eat the food, how these living things are being eaten and killed. Then, this is an R-rated film. It will never let you forget, as the sex talk and just the cussing never stops. Every single word, every sentence has to have a cuss word in it, just to give it that great adult edge. Then our main villain is a talking douche. Seriously, a talking douche who wants to be used by a woman named Camille Toe. Guess what she has? Yeah, it's funny because it sounds like camel toe. Hardy har har. It's so funny. Yeah, yeah. Ah. Not to mention that there's a orgy between all the food, and it's disgusting. Like, there's so much sexual innuendos in this. And then all the food are all like sexually charged and stuff like that. The hot dog buns look like vaginas, and I'm pretty sure that was intentional. And what gets me angry the most is that the first trailer to Sausage Party was shown at the first showing of Finding Dory, a kid-friendly movie. So, I want you to guess how awkward that would have been for the kids and the parents who thought that, hey, we're going to see a great kids movie. Hey, what's this? The food. They're dying by the humans. This isn't for kids. Like, I'm pretty sure it's how they were. At the end of the day, Sausage Party is inappropriate for all ages. Like, this movie should have been like NC-17 or something. Again, just talking about the movie makes me feel dirty. And alright, guys. That's it for now. Peace.